The last few months have been pretty crazy for node projects. You have these projects that go all the way up to the moon just to crash down as fast as they went up. And then you got other projects that just straight up rug pull. And you got other projects that fail so bad that they look like they were a rug pull, but not all of their pain is in vain. There are many projects that see these other projects that have failed and see what went wrong with them, and then also try to recreate that, but also with the solution that fixes the issue that caused that project to fail. Right now, there's this race that there's a lot of projects trying to compete against each other to become that first sustainable node project. Magus Nodes is the latest contender to this race that I have come across. So what is Magus Nodes, and what do they plan to do to win this race? Well, let's jump into it. We had the pleasure to hear from the Magus Nodes team a couple of days ago in an AMA in our Discord server. Their team is an experienced group of crypto veterans, developers, and in my opinion, the most important, marketers. So Derek, who is a doxed member of the team, has a background in marketing, and what in my opinion really separates a good project from a great project is their level of marketing. Along with having a strong background in marketing, they will also be releasing an ambitious roadmap that adds on to their current one that they already have. I got to talk to the team about why they haven't released the rest of their roadmap yet, and I took a clip of what they said in response to that, and I think that is very important to keep this in mind.
Okay, so I'm Derek, the CMO of Magus Nodes, and I would like to say this. So the white paper is out. There is also a lot of announcements, and we are very active in the chat. But everything that we plan is not. Now, you may ask why, and I'll give you an example. The day that we made our Discord, we had a project copy our announcement, almost word for word. The only thing that they had changed is the network name. So we know for a fact that we are being watched, and it is a very competitive space. Now, we are being unique in the fact that we have a peer-to-peer platform, and for the safety of our investors and also the crypto community as a whole, we just think that the best thing that we can do is withhold information for now. Now, you may be thinking, oh, this guy is just saying this because he wants to create some hype. They want everyone to think this and that. But listen, I'm a man of my word. 2 weeks, maybe a month after launch, you'll see our ideas come to life, and they'll just spring out of nowhere. And why? It's because we need to withhold this information for the safety of the crypto community as a whole.
The innovation that I am most excited for with Magus Nodes is that they will be offering a peer-to-peer node marketplace. This will allow users to directly buy and sell nodes amongst each other, and essentially, if there are less nodes being created from depositing tokens into the treasury, then there's going to be less tokens being distributed to all those node holders. So there's going to be fewer nodes over time, and ultimately that will be less selling pressure on the token. It also allows people to keep the value that creating a node would otherwise take away from them. Typically in a node project, you have to send your tokens away, and then you get this node that gives you tokens every single day, but you can't actually sell the node itself, even though the node does have value. So if you want to exit the project, you have no other choice but to just hold your node, and you can't actually capitalize on the value that it actually has. The nodes will cost 100 Magus tokens to create, and then they will give out 1 Magus token per day. So that means it is a 1% ROI per day. They launch May 4th, and their tokens will be priced at $1 each, so that each node is worth $100 on the initial launch. They are capping the amount of nodes that can be minted at 100,000, so that basically means that once the 100,000th node is created, then there cannot be any more nodes created. So this will essentially limit the amount of emissions that the nodes give off and limit the selling pressure to promote a more sustainable protocol. When you create a node, the tokens used to create that node will be split 3 ways. 80% will go to the rewards pool to pay out future node rewards, 10% will go towards development, and 10% will go to the treasury. The tokenomics are actually pretty standard as far as node projects go. There's a total supply of 10 million tokens. 8.6 million will go towards future rewards, 250,000 will go to the treasury, 500,000 will go towards a whitelist, 125,000 will go to the initial liquidity pool, 500,000 will go to liquidity providers, and the team will get 25,000 tokens. They are also coming out with NFT reward boosting. This is essentially a way to raise some funds for the treasury by allowing the community to also benefit from receiving more node rewards. So typically how they work is somebody purchases this node, say for $100, and they get a 10% boost on their node rewards, which could amount to over that $100 investment that they put in initially. One important concept to understand about node projects is something called a runway. So this is the amount of days that a project can sustainably pay out the rewards that the nodes will give to the holders. So all of the different innovations like the NFT boosting, the peer-to-peer marketplace, and the claim taxes, and all the different tokenomics, those are meant to increase the runway so that the protocol can last as long as possible. So all of these innovations are meant to create the longest runway before eventually they will have to reduce the APY on the nodes, because let's face it, 1% a day is not sustainable forever. Their goal with the treasury investments are to obviously make that runway as long as possible. I think they are predicting an over 200-day runway, but they also will be using their treasury to purchase investments or tokens in the Crow network, because that is the ecosystem that they are launched on. And obviously if that ecosystem does better overall than other networks, then they will also see the benefits of that too. So it is a win-win strategy that their treasury investments will be going into, and I think that it is a phenomenal idea. The Crypto.com network, or Crow network, is a fast-growing network that a lot of projects are popping up left and right on, and it seemingly has a very bright future, so kudos to them for launching on the Crow network. Overall, I do see Magus nodes doing pretty well in the short term. Whether they make it for the long term is honestly up to the innovation that the team continues to provide. And I cannot say, obviously, for sure, not financial advice, but I do like the project in comparison to other node projects. They have a phenomenal team. I've talked to them personally, and they are great. They are very passionate about the project.
Legends.
All right.
Thank you.
And that is something that you really want to see in a team that is running the project. We are actually hosting them again in another AMA on April 29th in our Discord server. I'll leave a link to the server and the Magus Nodes website in the description. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.